All right, number 11. Which of the following could be the equation of the graph above? Okay, so we have this graph here. And look at the answer choices. These are all in the factor form. Okay, so if you have the factor form, what we can do is we can look at the graph and we have to find the zeros. Okay, or graphically, that would be the x-intercepts. Okay, so for each factor, if we set it equal to 0 and solve for x, that should give us the zero, okay, or it's also called the roots. Okay, and graphically, that would be the x-intercept. Okay, so if you look at the x-intercept, we have a point at -3 here. Okay, we have a x-intercept at 0, 0, 0, and we also have x-intercept at 2. Okay, so these are the zeros that we have. So we have -3, 0, and 2. In the factor form, the numbers will be kind of opposite. So if -3 is a 0, then as a factor, we should have x plus 3 as a factor. Okay, so whatever the x-intercept is, we write it as a factor will be the sign will be opposite. So -3 will be x plus 3. And if you just have a 0, that will be x minus 0, which is just x. So let me just put it up front. It will be a x. And then the 2 will be x minus 2. Okay, because a positive 2. So in the factor will be x minus 2. All right, so in the factor will always be, the signs will be opposite. Okay, so we know these should be the factors. All right, so it should be x plus 3, and x minus 2. So we can eliminate C and D, okay, because they have x plus 2 and x minus 3. That doesn't work. Okay, so between A and B, which one is correct? Okay, it seems like they all have the same factor. The only difference is A has an x and B has an x squared. Okay, so how can we tell the difference? So this is the concept of multiplicity. Okay, so what happens is we can look at the graph. If we have an odd exponent on the factor, okay, like x minus 2, x plus 3, right? If we have an odd exponent, then the graph will go through the x-intercept, and it will go through that 0. So at -3 and 2, you see how the graph, it passes right through the dots, right? Go through the x-intercept, same thing here. Then that means on the factor, the exponent should be odd. Okay, so which we do have that, right? So power is 1 and 1. Okay, both A and B has that. So the exponent here should be 1 and 1 because it goes right through. But then at 0, 0, 0, see the graph doesn't go through, right? It touches 0, 0, but then it turns back. Okay, so it bounces back here. So if this happened, that means the multiplicity is an even number. Okay, so in this case, it had to be x squared. Okay, that's the only answer choice that we have, should be x squared. It's even because at 0, 0, it turns back. It doesn't go through the point. Okay, so that's how we know the answer here should be letter B and not A. Okay, so we want to keep in mind that we can tell from the x-intercept to write a factor, and also the multiplicity. That will be very helpful as well. Okay, so that should be it for number 11.